Man, what it do, y'all? Man, it's your boy Chosen One Rising. I know how this go, man. And I'm back with another banger, man. Woo! Let's get it, man. I've been waiting to get back to the camera, bro. I just been dealing with a lot of stuff, bro. But we ready to hop right in. The risk of trusting yourself. This video is about the risk of trusting yourself. And I really want to try to understand what I mean when I say the risk of trusting yourself. Because everything is a risk. Whether you driving, whether you flying, whether you dancing, you know what I'm saying? You might twist your ankle, you know, the plane might crash, you know, God forbid, right? You driving, you know, you might get in an accident. Things of that nature. Of course, I'm not speaking that upon anybody, but y'all get what I'm saying. Everything that is fun is an actual risk. And y'all gotta realize, like, in order to really live your life, you gotta understand what it means to risk, man. You gonna fuck up, you gonna do some crazy things in your life, but it's about taking that risk, man. And you need to make sure that the life that you live in and the risks that you are taking, have fun with the risks that you are taking. Have fun with living your life, because life is a thrill. Like, life is about a thrill. So if you're not risking for a new opportunity or a new position in life while having fun with it, you know what I'm saying? It's not really going to be a memorable experience. You have to come out here and risk, man, because you don't really know what the other side has to offer when you come out here and risk. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying the grass is always going to be green on the other side, but the risk of doing something outside of your comfort zone, you know? And everybody thinks that, you know, a lot of people, not everybody, but people can think that the old way of doing things is always the best way. Oh, let me stay comfortable here, or let me stay right here and this and that, man. But you have to outbranch yourself. You have to reach out and you have to connect with other people to see other perspectives, because it's higher than the stuff that you could just find on the corner. You know what I'm saying? And it's more, life is more alive than things that just in your city, in your zip code. So you got to take risks like moving out your mom's crib. You got to take risks like, you know, moving in your own crib to see what you really made of, you know? And honestly, it's a risk being yourself. If y'all really think about it, like, it's a risk being yourself. Because you can't care what everybody is talking about you, you know, what everybody is saying about you, because people are going to judge you, whether you doing this over here, whether you wearing these type of shoes, whether you a bum, whether you got a lot going on. They may say you sold out. Whether you got a lot of women, some people probably be like, oh, well, you deal with too many women, right? Because you wear your clothes a certain way, he wears clothes this type of way. I wouldn't do that. People will judge you because you're comfortable in your own skin and you're your own individual being. A lot of people not their own individual selves, because a lot of them have passed down generations of ways of believing, or ways of moving, or ways of doing. And the thing about it, bro, a lot of people don't know what it is to have their own mind. So they would envy you and they would talk about you and they would judge you because you have your own mind. And but in reality, especially like when you understand how, like, if you was like a black sheep, if you was like somebody that just stood out and never fit in, the outcast, you're gonna be judged, bro. You're gonna be judged, and that's the part of the path. You gotta get used to this shit, because as you grow and get up to different levels, you're gonna understand that people are gonna judge you regardless, like I say, on any type of level. It's gonna happen a lot when you're going against the grain. And a lot of people not comfortable within themselves, so it's gonna irritate the demons within them. And the thing about it, y'all gotta understand, the thing about demons, bro, demons can be procrastination, demons can be envy, demons can be jealousy, demons can be anger, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, all of us have the pros and cons of what things can be, but these things get evoked and they get triggered by, from within other people when they see you doing something of your individuality. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to settle for being around a certain people that don't accept you for who you is. You have to understand, like, you have to trust yourself enough to know that, all right, I will shy away from the people that I don't feel like that I can trust or that aren't the best for me. You got to trust yourself that I will be able to have the discernment to weed out anybody that's not the best for me. And it's about having that awareness, because trust, like I said, is a risk. Whether you trust in a person, whether you trust in in a relationship. The thing about it, man, you're gonna have misunderstandings. People are gonna misunderstand you. You gotta understand, like, when you coming through this journey right here, a lot of people are not gonna understand where you're coming from. A lot of people are not gonna know where you're coming from, because it's like, you're such an individual. How do you have this perspective about yourself? It just rubbed me the wrong way, and you need to stay away from him, or you need to do this. You know how many people told people to stay away from me? You know what I'm saying? Normally friends, whether or girlfriends or just people, period, they look at me differently because of who I am and what I stand for. But in true reality, I'm happy with myself. And there's people out here that's gonna accept you for who you is. So that's why that trust factor comes in, because you got to be able to weave out through those experiences and be able to trust those new people. Oh shit, I see you almost fell. Y'all got to be able to trust those new people in your life that's coming through your life, that's trying to that source is sending towards your way, and be able to have that discernment and trust yourself to be able to weave those different people out and be able to choose the right people, to know who's coming in your life for what reasons. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it takes time. You just got know. You're not gonna know off the bat. But as you look with more positive attention and understanding that it's really people out here that just like you, or that's very similar to you, and that's also gonna accept you for who you is without any judgment, then you will understand, like, life is about risking. Everything is a risk, and you gotta move out your comfort zone. I know you've been hurt in certain ways. I know you've been looked at and judged for certain ways, and it's sometimes you like, damn, bro, I really don't like people. But you cannot like the people that did those certain things to you, and that certain people may embody different traits that certain people used to do to you in your past. So once you're able to let that go, you understand that I have to risk in order to get more success. I have to risk in order to have a better overall life. I have to risk in order to be more happy. And you want to risk your heart sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm never gonna listen. Y'all gonna hear me say that. I'm never gonna tell you put all your eggs in one basket. But it's a risk, and you have to cherish and take hone in of the thing of, I get the risk. A lot of people can't even risk anymore. A lot of people are not even in position where they even can be themselves. So embrace the fact that you be yourself and you don't give a damn what a motherfucker telling you or what a motherfucker saying about you. Embrace that you have moved outside of your city, or you have took a couple of flights outside the country, because you're already doing more than the average person. You're already risking. You're already putting yourself in position to be somebody that's that's abundant and that actually loves themselves, and that's going to attract certain people around them that's going to cherish them for who they is, because they done risk so much to be the individual they are. Obviously, it's a difference between a good risk and a bad risk, and you will learn that. Obviously, you wouldn't risk jumping off a building to see if you can fly back up before you hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, calculated risk and understanding, like, risk is that's going to set you free. Say if you are uncomfortable and you're not liking the way that you living. You know, a lot of people don't like how they living internally. I'm being real with y'all. A lot of people not going to tell y'all, but I'm an empath. I'm able to see through things and feel people's energy. The thing about it, bro, a lot of people aren't happy about who they are as people. So a lot of people will project on you and make it seem like you're bad for you being yourself, because they're unhappy within themselves, bro. People gonna try to put their finger on whatever it is about you, but only you know what it is, and only if a person has the opportunity to get to know you over a certain period of time, will they get the chance of knowing you. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is a risk. So you have to be a student to life, right? You have to be a student to life and understand that I'm being taught how to move for the future me. Excuse me. I'm getting taught on how to move for the future me. It takes trial, it takes error. You have to learn how to be the observer of situations and be like, hold on, let me step out of my emotions right now. This is not happening to me. It's happening for me to understand, to move forward, to be able to have a better life, you know? And you're learning, as you accept yourself for who you is, you understand that, whoa, let me not judge this person, or let me not put this person down, because I know how it is to be in that certain perspective of life. You know, we all have these things, whereas we may do some things, whereas we may put ourselves down, or we may feel like, all right, well, I shouldn't have did this, or I shouldn't have did that. But everything is about making lessons. Like learn, no, it's no losses. Like I can never take a loss. I can never take a loss. Me personally, I can never take a loss because I'm always learning. It's always a lesson. It's always a way to take away from this because I know this source is teaching me. I know that these things in life, if I'm risking for a new opportunity, when it's the chance to, and I have to step up to my plate, I know that I'm in risk of a better life. I know that if I risk this situation and like, say if it's time for, you are the main one, say for example, you know how to do CPR and somebody else is dying, nobody else know how to do CPR. This is your time to step into your purpose. You got to know when it's time to step into your purpose. Even though you may feel uncomfortable, even though you may be upset, you have to understand when it's time for you to risk, bro. Because at the end of the day, once you are comfortable with like being uncomfortable, of course, and then you understand that everything that you want may require or actual risk, you're gonna come to the senses that this is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do. I get judged by other people. I may not be the most favorite person in the room, but I will be well respected because people see what I'm willing to go through in order to meet different milestones in my life. And you have to risk because that is what actually is going to make you feel alive, you guys. It's going to actually make you feel alive. You got to understand, like, risking, it was the best thing that changed my life. You know, as you see me on this channel moving up and stuff like that, I've taken a lot of risks throughout these different years in order to move myself up into a higher alignment. And I won't stop taking risks. But I've also learned about what's not smart to do and what's smart to do and this and that. And the thing about it, you got to be able to take accountability for yourself also. Because another thing too, you're not supposed to just beat up yourself and be. I really used to do that. And I've definitely worked on different parts of myself, and I've gotten better with that aspect of myself of beating myself up. But it's a part of the risk. You're going to feel like, damn, if you fucked up, you're going to feel like a certain way. It's okay. Let these emotions flow out of you. Feel these emotions. Do not neglect these things. I used to suppress a lot of my emotions with like smoking and doing other things, but I understand that it's all a part of the risk. It's all a part of trusting myself to the highest degree. Because if you know yourself, you're able to trust yourself, and then you're ultimately able to love yourself. So don't give up on yourself, especially when you feel like that you aren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. Not because you didn't try, because you failed or something like that. And the thing about it, you can never really fail if you're being yourself throughout the whole process and not putting yourself down. Don't turn your back on you, because that's all you have at the end of the day. A lot of people can have these people around, bro. I ain't got the same people I had around me 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, bro. Things changed because I took a risk, and a lot of people around you wasn't ready to take the risk. And another thing about it, the last thing I'm gonna tell y'all is, man, do not hold up anything that you have to do when it comes to risking for anybody around you. You have to risk. You have to risk. You have to take that risk, man, when you feel like it's time. Because a lot of people be like, oh, you want to do this, or oh, should I do it with you, this and that? And then when it's time to do it, they ain't trying to do it because they don't trust themselves. So don't let people project the way they feel about themselves. Once again, you guys, do not let people project the way they feel on their goddamn selves on you, because they don't trust themselves. Because at the end of the day, we are accountable for who we are and what we do in our life. You can't say, well, the reason I'm in this position is because of this person, or the reason I'm in this position because of this person. You listening to everybody outside yourself. That's why you outside yourself. That's why you're not doing what's destined for you, because you listen to so many people who don't even know about what they want to do in their life and are unsure and can't trust themselves, which AKA they can't trust other people, right? So once I learned the degree of trusting myself and understand that I'm okay with, all right, that people are going to lie to me. You know, people are going to lie to me. Everybody's not going to tell you the truth the way, even though you want the truth so bad and you desire the truth, everybody's not going to tell you the truth, and you cannot take that personally. At the end of the day, you understand that the value and the perception of that person, you just have to understand that and set them for who they is and move accordingly. Because when you try to make somebody some more honest than who they really are, or more trustworthy than they really are, that's how you end up fucking yourself over, because you can't even be mad at the person for being who they were. You want to be upset at yourself for allowing them to do what they did to you. Let me say, hold on, let me run that back, man. You cannot be upset at a person for being themselves. You can only be upset with with yourself for not trusting yourself and seeing who they were, bro. That's all that is, man. So I really hope y'all took something from this video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man, because I do want to push the algorithm, get this out to more people so they can learn how to trust themselves and value themselves and understand that trusting yourself is a risk in itself. Trusting anybody is a risk in itself. Doing anything risky, you have to have some level of trust. But when you do that risk, you take that risk, man, it will pay off. You will unlock a new version of yourself, and you will ultimately be satisfied and accept yourself for who you is, because a lot of people not risking. You understand why they judging you now, right? So, man, I love y'all, man. ChosenOnes We Unite, signing out, man. Bow.